Imagine pushing a giant safe uphill using $5 bills. That is what building your first $100,000 can feel like. You push, check the balance, and somehow the hill looks unchanged. After the first 100,000, the next 100 can arrive much faster, even if your monthly investment never changes. It is the moment your money starts doing a meaningful share of the work. We will follow Cody from $0 to $300,000 using current U.S. numbers and one transparent model. You will see why the beginning feels slow and which shortcuts are real. This is an illustration, not a promise. Markets rise and fall, and taxes, fees, inflation, and personal circumstances matter. The math explains the engine. It does not predict your future. Cody is 28 and earns roughly the annualized median for a full-time American worker. In Q2 2026, that median was $1,251 per week, about $65,000 yearly. After normal expenses, Cody invests $500 monthly. That is $6,000 per year, a little over 9% of a $65,000 gross salary. $500 feels tiny beside $100,000. Ignoring growth, the target looks more than 16 years away. A large goal can make a useful habit feel pointless. Before investing aggressively, Cody builds emergency cash. The Federal Reserve reports that 55% of U.S. adults had 3 months of emergency savings in 2025. Nearly half did not. Emergency cash protects the investment plan. A transmission repair or medical bill is less likely to force Cody to sell during a market drop. Cody automates the $500 just after payday, before restaurant apps, online sales, and persuasive sneakers can make competing plans for it. Investor.gov calls regular equal investments dollar-cost averaging. Cody buys more shares at lower prices and fewer at higher prices without pretending he can predict next Tuesday. He uses a diversified, low-cost investment, not one mystery stock mentioned at a barbecue. Diversification does not remove risk, but one company no longer controls his future. Our model uses 7% annual growth, compounded monthly. Investor.gov notes 7 to 10% is sometimes used as a historical estimate for long-term diversified U.S. stocks. Real markets are not smooth. After year 1, Cody contributed $6,000. His modeled balance is about $6,196. Growth added only $196. Cody feels personally insulted. Compounding feels fake at first because 7% of a small number is still small. Big dollar growth needs a large enough base. At year 3, Cody contributed $18,000. The modeled balance is $19,965. Growth added less than $2,000. Cody remains the main engine. At year 5, contributions total $30,000, and the balance is about $35,800. Better, but the paycheck still does most of the lifting. This slow middle is where people quit. A flashy stock appears. Someone promises a shortcut. Cody is tempted to replace a boring plan with a thrilling story. Cody keeps the automatic contribution. At year 10, the model reaches about $86,500. The goal finally feels real. The first $100,000 arrives around month 133, 11 years and 1 month. Cody contributed $66,500. Modeled growth supplied about $33,500. Cody supplied about 2/3 of the first milestone himself. The portfolio helped, but Cody carried the heavier end of the couch upstairs. Now the physics change. 7% of $100,000 is around $7,000 before new contributions. Cody adds $6,000. The account has become a second worker.
Starting with a balance of $100,000 and continuing to invest $500 each month, The model reaches 200,000 in 75 months, 6 years and 3 months, not 11 years.
During that stage, Cody contributes 37,500. Modeled growth supplies about 64,000, more than Cody.
From 200 to 300,000 takes about 52 months, 4 years and 4 months. Cody adds 26,000, modeled growth adds about 75,000. Same person, contribution, and assumption. Each $100,000 lap shortens because the runner starts with a larger team. An employer match can speed up the first lap. Suppose Cody earns 65,000, contributes 6%, and his employer matches 50 cents per dollar. That hypothetical formula invests about $325 monthly from Cody and $163 from his employer, almost $500 total. Actual formulas vary. For 2026, the employee 401k contribution limit is $24,500, and the IRA limit is $7,500. Those are ceilings, not homework. A contribution Cody can sustain through repairs, holidays, and ordinary life beats an extreme plan abandoned in March. If Cody raises his contribution by 1 percentage point whenever pay rises, he improves the plan without forcing today's budget to absorb everything at once. Even an extra $100 helps. The lesson is not to live miserably. It is to direct part of future income growth toward future freedom. Fees are another lever. In a 2025 SEC example, 100,000 growing 4% for 20 years ended near 208,000 with a 0.25% annual fee. With a 1% fee, the same illustration ended near 179,000, roughly 29,000 less. Small percentages become large dollars over time. If Cody has credit card debt charging far more than our assumed return, paying it down may be the stronger guaranteed use of extra cash. The rate and his situation matter. The plan needs layers. Capture a match, handle toxic debt, keep emergency cash, and invest automatically. Personal details change the order, but skipping the foundation makes the tower fragile. Markets fall. Cody's $80,000 account may temporarily become $65,000. Compounding is not a staircase. Sometimes it is an elevator with a mischievous operator. With cash reserves and a long horizon, Cody can keep buying instead of panic selling. Lower prices buy more shares, though recovery is never guaranteed. Automation matters because Cody is human, tired, distracted, scared, and occasionally convinced a stranger with a ring light discovered a new law of finance. The transfer needs no motivation. It runs during good months, boring months, and months when Cody avoids opening the app. 100,000 is not a magical shield. It is a tipping point in the math, not a certificate of invincibility. Taxes, inflation, choices, timing, and returns change real results. A clean 7% chart explains direction. Real life draws a messier line. The target is a durable system, a reasonable savings rate, diversified investments, low costs, emergency protection, and fewer decisions. For Cody, the first 100,000 takes 11 modeled years, the second just over 6, and the third just over 4. 300 monthly moves slower, 1,000 moves faster. Neither person is morally superior. Income, housing, health, family, and debt shape the path. Compare progress with your own last year, not someone else's highlight reel. Is your system more automatic, diversified, affordable, and sustainable? Take 4 steps. Find the workplace match. Choose an automatic amount. Check fees and diversification, and protect the emergency fund that keeps the plan alive. The first 100,000 feels impossible because you do most of the work. Keep building, and eventually your money pulls beside you. The hill remains,
but it finally gets easier.